Good evening, YouTube frogs. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Chris. Welcome in if you are new here. Appreciate y'all tapping in on the video. I am today going to be reacting to the controversial rise of WestJett. Now, WestJett, I feel like my opinions of WestJett have been iffy. You know, I've watched some of his videos, checked them out, and like some of them, I just feel like he's a little, you know, a bit polarizing and a little bit extreme on some things. I feel like kind of like he's kind of the way, at least a couple of videos I've watched, kind of like the way I feel about political commentators, like kind of just is like hyperbolic for no reason. But I want to give him another fair chance at some point and check out some more of his content offline. But this seemed like an interesting video because I would like to learn more about him. Maybe there'll be some lore here that I learned that I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. But before we get into this reaction, I highly recommend you watch the original video before you check out my reaction. First link in the description will be the original video, and second link will be Rem over here. And the third link will be my Twitch stream if you want to stop by. Sometime I go live Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. There is a chance when you see this video that I will be doing a subathon. So feel free to stop it on that if you would like. And yeah, dude. Also, I talk way too much. So you've been warned before we get into this. And without further ado, let's get into it, baby.
Of unreal, from creating Valorant skin tier lists to making a living as the ultimate drama farmer. But when farming drama, you're bound to get into controversy with other creators.
Yes, bro, yes.
I mean, this guy's a fucking loser, to be honest. WestJett's biggest relevance is saying the N-word. He got so much relevance from saying the N-word on stream that he started being as edgy as possible.
This is the controversial rise of WestJett.
Yeah, dude, sorry to pause again already, but I feel like if you want to be like one of these drama like content creators, right, you almost have to be like hyperbolic about things and like oversell things, like if you want to be one of the bigger ones, you know. So I guess it makes sense. Like if being super like aggressive about things, like saying like you hate someone or someone's an idiot or like something like that, and not saying that WestJett specifically did that, I don't think that I can think of off the top of my head of a time that I've heard him say that, but like, you know, things like that, if that gets you more engagement, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're trying to make a bag, I get it, man.
A lot of you guys probably know.
Not that I agree with it.
The guy who likes to dip his toes into every Valorant drama to make content off of it or a pretty penny. And no matter what your opinion on that is, he actually had some pretty humble beginnings. One of the first videos I could find on his channel was him reaching Diamond while playing primarily Sova. There's honestly not many things more humble than being a Sova main in Valorant. But what came after the first few videos was what made WestJett really start to gain some traction. Skin content. His first video all the way back in 2020 was a top 5 Vandal skins.
I was about to say, how the fuck do you even make skin content? Are you just like, look at it, here's the inspect, oh, here's the finisher, oh,
in Valorant video. And when I watched this video to get a grasp of what was going on, I found this Joe Biden Minecraft edit he made, which was pretty funny. But also he put Prime instead of Reaver at #1, which I disagree with, but that's besides the point. This skin content era went on for a long
just kidding, I love the Prime skin, dude.
time, and during that time his videos became better both with editing and his use of memes. But eventually he started expanding his content to become more than just a skin guy with a series like Road to Radiant, and apparently he even solved sexism in Valorant in this video here.
Get a pocket sage. There's this new game mode that just came out. It's called Swift Play. It's essentially Valorant, but there's only 4 rounds, right? You're the guy. You have a Radiant gun buddy, you drop it, your chances increase exponentially.
Funny. I don't have a Radiant gun buddy. I don't have one. I got scammed. I didn't Radiant before, but they didn't give me it.
They didn't give you one, so it's gonna be a little harder, but the Immortal one will suffice. You'll just have to try to gaslight them a little more.
What a hero this guy was back in 2021. And around this time, a pretty controversial clip of
wait, was that 8 foot tall dude WestJett? Wait, hold on, dude. Wait.
WestJett saying the N-word in Valorant game chat while playing Sova on Split actually got leaked.
This game. I'm leaving.
What, bro? When was this? The big 2020? It's crazy, bro.
But the community did seem to forgive him fairly quickly. At
Split gets the worst of us. People change your proof. W apology West. 2022. Oh my god. We all make mistakes, bro. Dude, I personally don't think I could do that, but, you know, listen. If he made a mature apology and he genuinely seems like he's trying to do better, then, you know, me personally, I'm not going to stone the guy. Whatever, man.
At this point, though, WestJett was beloved by the Valorant community.
Okay.
Almost everyone who watched
So this was when he was, like, making like content that everyone loved. So if he was a drama frog at this point, everybody probably would be like, fuck you.
videos was really positive about them, and honestly some of them were pretty funny. And in November of 2022, WestJett managed to hit Radiant in Valorant, which was a pretty big achievement for anyone who grinds rank. But from personal experience, this might change your perception of the game a lot.
Yes.
And what I mean by that is there's really not that much of a point to play ranked anymore after you've been Radiant. There's no incentive to grind, and if you do, you're rewarded with another gun buddy that looks the exact same as the last one with a slightly different number. The reason I'm saying this is because after this point, you can really see the direction some of his videos start taking. With videos like I quit Valorant, why Valorant feels different now, and the end of Valorant, all within a short time span, you can see where the distaste for the game actually started. And I
Bro was in his doomer arc. He was like, fuck this stupid Chungus game.
honestly feel like this happened for a lot of people around this time. Valorant was super fun for the first couple of years, but it started getting a bit stale around.
Yeah, actually, I want to say, yeah, 2023 is when I was finally like, why am I playing this game? Why am I wasting so much of my time? Why am I giving so much of my mental to this game? There's no point. I mean, I never made it anywhere. I was literally in bronze. I'm horrible at shooter games, but you know, I was like devoting a shit ton of my time. I spent like hundreds of dollars in skins. Like, yeah, dude. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck am I doing? I mean, I have it downloaded now, but it's mainly just to play Swift plays and like have a good time and joke around with people and shit. Not to play, like, I haven't played ranked since probably late 2023. Yeah, probably late 2023.
2023 for me as well. Despite all this, WestJett still kept posting skin content, but with the occasional videos putting Valorant in a slightly negative light, but in a joking manner. That was until September of 2023 when Riot actually threatened to ban WestJett's account on Valorant when he said he wanted to donate his account to charity, since account sharing or selling is technically against Valorant's terms of service, even if it's done for a charity, which makes sense that you can't publicly break terms of service as a big content creator. But this caused WestJett to go scorched earth against Riot. In this video titled Valorant is banning my charity account,
Just search buy Valorant account immortal and you'll find it on the first page of Google, and nothing seems to be done.
and the way you can tell he was serious about this was because it was only 4 minutes long, and we know this guy loves his 8-minute long video.
He loves that mid-roll. I respect it. I respect it, dude.
For ad revenue. In this video though, he points out some double standards by Riot was only holding against him, like how account selling is rampant in the community and how a lot of creators buy accounts for their smurfing videos, but when he offers his account for charity, it became an issue for Riot all of a sudden. After this happened, I have to assume WestJett just didn't care what Riot thought about him anymore or his content. So he started what I'm gonna start calling it the drama farming stage of his YouTube career, and it kicked off
Sorry, I'm just thinking about all the things that Slime has said about Riot now. I was just thinking about that shit. You are a terrorist organization.
this video titled King of Cringe Willius. This video consisted of critiquing Willius's content in a lighthearted and funny way, while pointing out how some of his videos and personality were cringe at times.
Recently, some creators have been criticizing me for making Harvard my entire personality, and I'm sorry for absolutely f***ing nothing.
But he did make sure to preface the video by saying not to send any hate to Willius, while pointing out some of the content he does make is cool. However,
I'm trying to think of how I feel about that, because I have like consumed some of Willius's content, and I think he's just an overall wholesome guy. I think you kind of there's like you have to be okay with people calling you cringe on the internet. Now, I don't know, I would have to watch the WestJett video to really have an opinion on it, which I have not for Willius. Do I think it's kind of lame? Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a person to like call other people cringe unless they're like doing something harmful to someone else. And then I'll be like, you're cringe, buddy. So I don't know. Me personally, I couldn't do this. But again, if WestJett was just trying to expand content and, you know, mess around a little, you know, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe, like, again, maybe it was just a lighthearted way, like just some fun like little jabs and mess around and stuff, then, you know, me personally, I don't think there's like, you know, morally anything wrong there. I just personally would not do it myself. Let me back up here a little bit, sorry.
Send any hate to Willius while pointing out some of the content he does make is cool. However, this video was just the start of his drama farming era. At this point, WestJett would still make skin videos, but his primary focus was now to make content derived from other people. His next videos were focused on Joel's, NRG, and Schrodinger Lee. But in his defense, the eating content was definitely...
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that Joel's uses... So, okay. I don't really know how to fully describe this, like what I'm trying to say. So for a while there, I was like a YouTube video editor, right? Or at least I was like trying to get my feet in the water for that. And Joel's, or whatever that guy's name is, I was hit up by the company that edited for him to possibly get on their roster. And not that they were like super problematic, right? Like it wasn't like they were like $5 for a short form, but they were definitely like, it was an agency, right? I don't know how much you guys know. Basically, there's like, let me see how fast I can explain this and not make this absolutely unbearable. There's like two types of really like ways that you can be an editor. You can be like independent and fully work for yourself and basically be your own agency, or you can work for an agency and then they can get you deals, but a lot of the times you have to go based off of what their rates are for their videos, right? So think of it almost as like a record label, right? You can either be like an independent artist and do whatever the fuck you want, release songs whenever the fuck you want, or you have to listen to the record label and they take a portion, which by the way, the agency does take a portion, right? So if you're charging, you know, $50 per short form yourself, but the agency charges, you know, $45 and then they take 15 off the top, you're only getting $30, right? So an agency hit me up, was like, hey, what's your rates? I told them my rates, which was like $30 for a short form. Either they didn't fuck with my work or that was too much for them. And that is the company that does the editing for the Jules guys. So I'm not saying that he particularly gets involved in that kind of stuff. Like maybe he was just like, yo, let me see, maybe the agency owner reached out to him and he was like, yeah, that seems good. This is good quality. Maybe he doesn't know how it can be sometimes predatorial, but also, you know, he was kind of using something that could be possibly morally questionable. So basically what I'm saying here is WestJett, pop off. Basically from my POV, WestJett, pop off. Because they literally, like, I saw one of his videos on my feed and I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of funny because it was just like a funny moment. And then literally they sent it to me and I was like, oh hey, I literally just watched this fucking video. And then I was like, wait, this dude's getting like hundreds of thousands of views and he's paying an editor like, you know, maybe $50 for it, which is, you know, or less realistically probably, which, you know, for some people is an amazing amount of money, but realistically for his return on that video, he should probably be paying more realistically, or at least for the quality that it was, you know. Some people just do short form and they add subtitles, but this one I'm pretty sure was like well done. Anyways, sorry, I'm ranting, but I just felt like there was something, my own unique insight on some of these Valorant players that I had there.
And Schrodinger Lee. But in his defense, the eating content was definitely cringe.
Mommy, I need a heal. Oh, yeah, you need a heal.
Yo, what? Is this Jason Ween, bro?
You can really see how fast his content switched from silly skin videos to this new format though directly after.
Yo, I'm gonna get one of my boys to put their feminine voice on. I'm gonna get in that Valorant like that. Mommy, I need a heal.
The riot situation. This is where WestJett's content started to become a bit controversial by calling a lot of these bigger Valorant creators cringe or framing them as weird in his titles and videos. It gave these communities of people a lot of reason to dislike
I was gonna say,
and while the videos
he's putting a target on his head pretty much
themselves weren't necessarily harmful or even super controversial, since they were observations from his perspective, I think drama farming just gives off a pretty bad impression to a lot of people.
Right.
I'd also like to point out that at this point, WestJett's community had a bad reputation in the Valorant community. It was perceived as a toxic community on Twitter, and there was just a lot of people upset by this.
WestJett? Holy fuck!
This time, most of WestJett's videos on other people were just funny for the most part and shouldn't have been taken too seriously, but not long after that, he found himself in a beef with Average Jonas. If you don't know
boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Wait, Average Jonas has worked with Riot Games and shit, right?
Average Jonas he was a very popular Valorant content creator who blew up off playing Sova when he was playing Valorant. But that's
Ew, NCS music? Bro, just don't even play music at that point, bro.
besides the point. This was the first time a WestJett video felt like he was actually beefing with a guy instead of only poking fun. There's about 6 different videos made on Average Jonas that are live on WestJett's main channel, and a few of them consisted of them going back and forth, so this beef was pretty heated for a little bit, with videos titled like "Why I Hate Average Jonas" and "34-year-old man blocked me." And during WestJett and Average Jonas's beef, he posted this picture of Sage Mommy, Average Jonas, and Average Jonas's girlfriend, and captioned it, "Bro's hugging Sage Mommy over his own damn girlfriend. I'm dead."
I saw that tweet. I think this is actually the first time I ever heard of WestJett.
And went on to tag Jet Daddy and said, "Thoughts?" You could tell WestJett was getting pretty petty at this point. Another person on WestJett hit.
Wait, what the fuck was that?
You could tell.
What the fuck?
WestJett was getting pretty petty at this point. Another person on WestJett's hit list was Ethos. If you don't know Ethos, he blew up off of being a Your One Trick, and he's a pretty popular streamer these days. But here's what WestJett had to say in his video, "Washed Up Creator Calls Me Toxic."
If you forgot who Ethos was, let me catch you back to speed. He's a dude who got popular for dating the Jett voice actor, pretending to be gay with Lexidja, and being a mid-tier Yoru player. And truth be told, there's absolutely zero reason to watch him. He's nowhere near as good of a Yoru player as Eggster is, and he's nowhere near as funny as Ziptie is.
This beef pretty much
Oh,
stemmed
shit.
from Clove's introduction to the game, and it was just a pretty pointless back and forth they had.
Dude, I don't think I could beef with somebody like that, bro. To be honest with you, I don't think I personally could do it, man. It's just not worth it in my mind, bro. Like, what is the point? What the fuck? I don't know. I mean, maybe, hey, if it was paying my rent, maybe actually. Well, not my rent, paying on my house, yeah, maybe then.
But WestJett was really sending shots at Ethos here.
For some pretty unsavory parts of the Valorant community, and it's honestly pretty embarrassing.
Well, at least we have a community. Your videos outside of Clove literally get 21 comments. That doesn't even count as a community. That's like an extended family. Your YouTube is dead. You're forced to stream to survive. Once your NRG contract runs out, you'll probably be homeless. Eggster better. Ziptie better. Rob better. What? maybe not that far.
Ethos didn't really take that disrespect though. He clapped back in his own way, which led to WestJett's next video on Ethos titled "Washed Up Creator Calls Me the Worst YouTuber," where Ethos called WestJett the worst YouTuber in Valorant.
Today we're going to be talking about the worst YouTuber in Valorant, WestJett.
Hey, that's us. That's us, guys. Yippee!
This one started getting pretty petty when Ethos started talking about WestJett blocking him on Twitter.
For being honest, the only reason why you blocked me is because I unfollowed you first.
Nuh-uh, buddy. I'll be seeing you in court.
And honestly, the entire controversy was just pretty
Dude,
much...
who... Sorry, I'm taking this in as a whole, but also, like, WestJett's voice reminds me of somebody that annoys me. Maybe it's just WestJett, but his voice, I don't know who it's reminding me of right now. Or, like, somebody that, like, rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know. I don't want to say so much, like, fully annoyed me, but, like, definitely, like, rubbed me the wrong way. But I don't know who it is.
a nothing burger. The beef went pretty much nowhere after this because they were arguing over things that just weren't really important, and in the end they kind of just agreed to disagree. Granted, I don't even think this should have been a controversy in the first place, but nothing comes close to being as petty as WestJett's beef with Shazam. It started off with the video titled "Why I Hate Shazam." To summarize this video, the beef between them started from back in the day during the Send 6 situation, if you guys remember that. But basically, Shazam had previously copyright striked one of WestJett's videos where he was reacting to Shazam. This video didn't talk about much else besides that. He wasn't even really going in on Shazam or anything, just talking about the situation more so. So this beef didn't really progress at all until about 5 minutes later when WestJett dropped a video called "Valorant's Biggest Cockroach," and this really set things into motion. He talked about every problem he personally had with Shazam and almost all of his past controversies, so this video was a bit personal, especially since Shazam had been calling WestJett a loser on top of some other things.
I mean, this guy's a fucking loser, to be honest. WestJett's biggest relevance is saying the N-word. He got so much relevance from saying the N-word on stream that he started being as edgy as possible.
The Shazam arc went on for a few more months with continuations named "Valorant's Biggest Cockroach Returns" and "Valorant's Biggest Cockroach Responds." This was probably the most personal beef WestJett has been involved with on on YouTube since his livelihood was threatened through a copyright strike from Shazam, which made the beef feel pretty intense when you were watching.
I was gonna say, that's valid, dude. You're doing a fucking copyright strike because someone criticizes you? Yeah, you a bitch. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Oh my god, you know how many fucking dorks I've had in my YouTube comment sections talking about fucking whatever, being pissed off at me because I said Tom McDonald blows? Dude, fuck, man. If they made videos, I'd be like, this is awesome. I'm gonna now react to this and then make it content myself so that I can profit off of your anger twice. I wouldn't be like, I need to copyright strike him right now. Like, what? Dude.
Since it's two dudes who don't like each other. After these last couple of videos, the beef was pretty much over. Shazam was getting doxxed, and since viewers were taking it a bit too far, neither of them had any interest in continuing to beef. So, to my knowledge, it's squashed now. While these types of beefs do make videos entertaining sometimes, it is a slippery slope. If you're too toxic, then you might run a risk of breeding a toxicity in your own community. But if you're not at all, then why are people even watching the video in the first place? Finding a balance where you don't breed toxicity while keeping these videos funny is important, and I actually think that WestJett does a pretty good job with this despite all the grief he gets for it.
Yeah, I do have to give WestJett another chance. Honestly, watch some of his videos. Maybe I'll like check out one on stream or something, or just watch a couple of them offline whenever I'm just chilling, which honestly is like kind of rare at this point. I'm like the worst at watching any media not on stream or for content. Like right now, it's kind of why I'm doing this. Yeah,
you can't control everyone, but I think most people who watch WestJett's videos understand that the videos are just for fun and probably some money. Yeah. This was about the time that WestJett quit making videos about the game of Valorant itself and just focused on making content in the new format he was doing, which has been pretty successful for him so focused on making.
There's a Turkey Tom beef video. Oh, WestJett. You just went up in my book, buddy.
Content in the new format he was doing, which has been pretty successful for him so far. Most of these videos were doing better than a majority of his previous videos were doing.
Shit on Logan Paul. Oh wait, hold on. Holy based alert.
Considering Valorant was starting to downtrend, I'd say this was a good transition. While I was looking at his content for this video though, I saw one of his last videos on Valorant Cosmetics was the Duo's Day bundle that Riot made for Valentine's Day about a year ago. The E-Dater bundle really took this guy out of the game.
The E-Daters won. Pack your bags, boys, our bus is here and it ain't looking good for us.
After that, he started branching out into talking about people who weren't Valorant creators like Hassan, Nick Merckx, Neon, and many more. He still posted about
Wait, is my boy... Wait, this is...
who weren't Valorant creators like Hassan.
Right, okay. Communist of cringe. Okay,
Nick Merckx.
Nick Merckx, Weiss drama's crazy.
Neon,
okay.
and
So, wow, this is beautiful. He's just shitting on everyone. Okay, I'm with it, dude.
anymore. He still posted about Valorant dramas, but now he was just posting about internet dramas in general while keeping a focus on
Communist of cringe is also what the Tom McDonald stands call me, so you know.
Valorant related ones. That was up until about 10 months ago when he dropped a video titled The 4-Year Downfall of Valorant. This was the official last Valorant video you will see on WestJett's main channel.
When I was younger, I had good influences. I'd watch Counter-Strike and see a bunch of burly, jacked men, and like I was turned on, you know what I
What?
mean? Other than Zelsis, Valorant's sort of like void of personality in my opinion. They all think the same, look the same, walk the same. They're either void of nutrition or overweight, no in between.
He set his sights on more mainstream content creators, which honestly was probably a good idea since it's a broader market. Valorant has a decently sized audience, but the type of drama react content reaches way beyond what Valorant is capable of.
Right.
Especially since there's only a limited amount of content you can make inside the Valorant space. I can't say I was expecting the Skibidi Toilet drama video though.
Huge skibidi toilet drama are words I never thought I'd utter on this channel, but alas, here we are.
That one was kind of out of left field. Now on WestJett's channel, you'll see videos of dramas involving people like Mr. Beast, Kai Cenat, Donald Trump, Asmongold, and so many more. This has gone on for the better part of the last year, and he's been pretty successful with it. I honestly haven't seen many Valorant creators swap off the game and do well, so props to him for that. Honestly,
Little old me right here. Oh no, that's gonna get misconstrued, dude. It's gonna be like when I was like, I didn't get an invite to No Jumper. People are gonna be like, fucking kill yourself, pussy. You're fucking irrelevant as shit, buddy. You have a fucking D on Social Blade. Fucking end it all, you fucking loser. Go fucking put the fries in the bag. Go put the fucking fries in the bag, you fucking fry cook. You fucking SpongeBob looking ass fucking loser. You fucking hillbilly fucking loser. Go back and hump your cousin in West Virginia. My bad. Am I projecting?
Even I'm scared to swap away from Valorant. What you won't see on his channel anymore, though, were these specific beefs with people like Shazam and Average Jonas. He pretty much posts about general dramas now rather than anything or anyone he has a personal vendetta with. But he hasn't forgotten about his roots after switching up his main channel's content. About 5 months ago, WestJett began posting videos on Valorant again on a second channel named Jet West. This probably felt pretty good for his fans since a lot of them were interested in just his Valorant related stuff. So it was probably disappointing to them seeing him move onto more mainstream content, which you can definitely tell was the case by how many views his alt account actually gets. It's a crazy amount of views for anything Valorant related content these days, to be honest with you. In conclusion, WestJett started off his content career in a pretty humble way with silly skin videos and meme videos, and eventually turned into a drama YouTuber that he's become today. But with drama naturally comes controversy. Building your brand off controversy can be good and bad, but it seems to be working out for him well so far. And no matter what your opinion on WestJett is, you can't deny he's had a controversial rise to the top. And we all know Valorant should be dead, but to find out why, click on that video on...
Wait. That's actually... That's a crazy hook right there, dude. I'm like, why should Valorant be dead? Hold on. Wait a second. Hold on. Massive day for the unemployed? We really got a WestJett documentary before GTA 6. Employed day for the massive. Unk has officially lost it. We got WestJett's biography before GTA 6. Not gonna lie, I thought WestJett made a video about himself. Massive news for middle schoolers lunch table. We paying our rent with this one. Yes, sir. Bro got banned and said, fuck it. East Reina's rage bait is unbeatable. Is that this dude? No, okay. Wait, how much bread my boy make on this video? Hold on. Let's see here. $294. Nice, dude. Nice. Hell yeah, man. What else we got going on here? The many victims of Riot Games. Ooh. This guy's cooking. Honestly, bro. I kind of like these more simplified thumbnails, though. I'm not going to lie to you. These like algorithm built thumbnails for fucking 12-year-olds kind of hurt my brain. Anywho, yeah, dude. Amazing fucking video, honestly. Sorry, I was looking at Humble Bundle earlier. My bad. Amazing video, man. I don't really have anything else to say other than the fact that I guess I'm gonna have to tap back in on WestJett. I didn't even realize that dude's been getting dangerously based. Yeah, dude. I'll have to give him another chance, man. I think I maybe saw one video of him like shitting on someone. I was like, not cool, man. I'm about pushing P. That positivity. You know what I'm saying? Can I get a W in the chat? Okay, my bad. I'm gonna. Do you see right back there in front of my window there? Yeah, that's where I'll hang myself. I mean, anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Drop a like and a sub if y'all are new here. It would be greatly appreciated. Feel free to stop it on a stream sometime where you might catch me playing Valorant Swift Play, or you might actually just catch me playing Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm about to download that and do a subathon. So, yeah. Have amazing rest of your days, nights. I will hopefully see you all later. Bye-bye.